watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight for DC News Now at 9 o'clock. I'm Chris Flanagan.
And I'm Mark Hall. Susan Tran has the night off. A great-looking Labor Day weekend ahead. Well, here's a look at the temperatures over the next 24 hours, and really some great weather no matter where you go around the East Coast. Should I be the one giving out that good news?
You sound pretty good there, but not as great as our chief meteorologist, Jackie Lair, our expert there.
With all due respect, I think she should be the one.
No, you just wanted to give you a little preview.
Hey, and it's
a little
looking
one.
good.
Yeah, and it's looking really nice out there, and also out there this evening. Still feeling really great out there too. I mean, we had really nice weather the last several days, all in a row, and today was also added to it as well. Temperatures right now 60s to low to mid 70s, still holding at 75 degrees in DC at the top of this hour. The radar out there right now, I know it's showing some green on the map right now, but no, we are still tracking those dry conditions across the map, and we do have this cold front continuing to clear the area. So the temperatures that you're seeing out there right now will continue to drop. Those dew points are still very low, so overnight tonight we'll likely see those lows falling through those 50s, a couple areas into the upper 40s, especially back out towards our far westernmost areas. And then as we look ahead towards later on tomorrow, after that cool start to the day tomorrow morning, we'll see those temperatures rebounding back into those mid to upper 70s. Really nice day for your Saturday to kickstart the holiday weekend. And then we're still looking at those upper 70s on Sunday. Monday still looking great too, and with that low humidity sticking around. So I'll certainly have all the latest details. Look at that 7-day forecast coming up.
All right, look forward to it, Jackie. Thanks. Meanwhile, live look, you can see across at the National Harbor here as holiday travel picks up on this Labor Day weekend all day. You know, people are heading out the door to catch flights, or the trains are also hitting the roads as well to get a start on this holiday weekend. DC News Now's Yamari Sase joining us live tonight at Reagan National.
And Yamari, obviously people are trying to, beat the rush. You spoke to travelers today. How are they feeling?
Yeah, well, early is the key word when it comes to traveling this Labor Day weekend. That's what a lot of people have been doing. They've gotten ahead of schedule, whether they're catching a flight or the train or even hitting the road trying to avoid that traffic. Now, however you are heading to your destination, you want to make sure that you do pack some patience and also stay safe. Now, we were at Union Station earlier. We're here at DCA and spoke to travelers here as well. And then we also stopped at a rest stop in Virginia. Many people are excited to get out this Labor Day weekend. Now, some are actually visiting family, others heading to the beach, and one woman said she's actually heading to Greece. Now, however you're planning this holiday weekend, you want to make sure that you're planning ahead, pack smart, expect delays, and try your best to beat the rush back. Now, AAA does say the best time to drive tonight is around this time. When it comes to Saturday, the morning between 6 and 11 a.m. is best, and Sunday before 11 a.m. is also the best time to hit the road. Now, one thing many people told us that they had in common for this Labor Day weekend is they were all trying to beat that holiday rush.
We actually did show up early today, got all of our stuff, traveling pretty lightly.
Oh, I got here pretty early, and as expected, the train's running late. So.
It's a little hectic, but it's also exciting just to get away and relax some.
We kind of left early, but it's still going to be traffic regardless.
Since school just started, we got a little bit of a later start, but so far it's been good.
Now, for those planning to leave out here from DCA, we did see a couple of delays, but overall, all the flights are leaving on time, and that TSA line was definitely moving as smooth as possible. Guys?
We like to see that and hear that, Yamari. And before you go, I know it's Friday night. People are just leaving. They don't want to think about returning home. But for those who are hitting the roads and driving on Monday, the roads will be busy. What's the best time to leave?
Yeah, as I mentioned earlier, definitely planning ahead is the key. If you are planning to hit the road on Monday, they say before noon is the best time. Back to you guys.
All right, Yamari Sase live tonight at Reagan National. Yeah, thanks. Meanwhile, millions of Americans expected to travel this holiday weekend. How many will make the trip here to D.C.? According to Destination D.C., international tourism to the district is projected to drop by 5% this year. The agency says federal rhetoric on immigration, LGBTQ plus issues, crime, and now armed National Guard members patrolling streets are affecting the public's perception. We'll have much more on their concerns ahead in our next half hour.
Well, new details in the story we first told you about last night. ATF Washington says that they intervened and stopped what they say could have led to a school shooting. ATF and Metro Transit Police tell us that they found an alarming social media post on a potential threat at D.C. Public School. On Wednesday, they carried out a search warrant and recovered these weapons on your screen. Again, several firearms and ammunition. A kid was arrested, we believe a teenager. We reached out to D.C. Public Schools for a statement. They said that they, quote, not currently tracking any D.C. Public School students that have been apprehended. The investigation is ongoing. And many people in the district say that they've seen less crime because of the youth curfew that's been enforced this summer.
It is the last weekend of the current extended hours. This was a scene earlier today. You can see here in Navy Yard. That area really has seen multiple extended curfews starting earlier than regular over the summer. It comes after several incidents of large meetups with hundreds of kids. And DC News Now's Daniel Hamburg joining us live there tonight.
And Daniel, do neighbors there think that the curfew has helped?
Mark and Chris, the short answer is yes. I talked with people today who say they felt safer this summer. Now tonight, you can see behind me, the National Guard is out here. That presence, however, is getting mixed reactions. The Juvenile Curfew Emergency Amendment Act of 2025 took effect on July 7th. Everyone 17 and younger not allowed outside from 11 p.m. to 6 a.m. 7 days a week.
It helped a little bit and it was nice. There were no brawls or anything like that.
Neighbors in Navy Yard appreciate the district preventing more chaos we saw earlier in the year.
For the most part, I thought it was pretty good once they put it into place. I mean, it's a shame, though, because, you got to give these kids something to do.
Police Chief Pamela Smith also established extended curfew zones that started at 8 p.m. Those moved around to different neighborhoods across the district, including 3 different weekends in Navy Yard.
I really think it helped. They should keep it a little longer, make people feel a little more safe.
Friday night, National Guard members were out patrolling, something Tim Marion says is overkill.
Because the national game is here, they're out here, but the last 4 days, the National Guard hasn't even been over here because it's really, there's not really that much that happens in this part of the Navy Yard these days.
Others don't have an issue.
DC is pretty wild, but, with the guards being here, it helped a lot. People can walk freely, think freely, speak freely, whatever. Now, from June 1st until August 28th, there were 133 curfew violations, we're told. Again, starting Monday, it goes back to the regular curfew, so Sunday through Thursday, that is 11 p.m. until 6 a.m., and Friday and Saturday nights from 12:01 a.m. until 6 a.m. We're live in Southeast. Daniel Hamburg, DC News Now.
All right, Daniel, meanwhile, now the latest on the D.C. takeover. President Trump's emergency order taking control of the district is set to expire September 10th. Republicans are signaling support for an extension through new legislation. So a bill would extend presidential control over D.C. police from 30 days to 180 days during an emergency, and it would apply to the current order. While D.C. police data shows crime is down since the surge of federal agents, some D.C. leaders, including Councilmember Brianne Nadeau, argue an extension would be problematic.
Having a military occupation in our nation's capital, and the president is simply doing a dress rehearsal here. He has already said that he is coming to other cities with these tactics. This is dictator behavior.
For the latest updates on the D.C. takeover, you can visit our website, dcnewsnow.com. As the crime crackdown continues, legal experts say judges, defense attorneys, even grand jurors are poking holes in many cases. Earlier this week, a grand jury decided not to indict a man who allegedly threw a sandwich at a federal agent. Federal prosecutors dropped another case this week after complaints police illegally searched the man's satchel and found a gun. A U.S. district judge calling it, without a doubt, the most illegal search he's ever seen in his life. And during a hearing Wednesday, that same judge said, I've seen things over the past 72 hours that I've never seen in federal court. adding, it feels like some sort of bizarre nightmare. Now, the White House claims more than 1,200 people have been arrested and 135 guns have been seized since August 7th. But just more than 30 people arrested this month have been charged in district court. The Associated Press found half of them are charged with assaulting officers, federal agents, or National Guardsmen. That includes at least 3 people arrested for spitting on them. The rest are charged with illegally possessing guns, drugs, or both.
And the Fairfax County School Board is suing the Trump administration for withholding federal funds in retaliation for its refusal to scrap policies supporting transgender students. According to FFX.com, the school board authorized a lawsuit against the Education Department, alleging that its denial of funds to FCPS violates federal laws and the Constitution. The Education Department argues that FCPS and 4 other school districts are discriminating on the basis of sex by allowing students to use bathrooms and locker rooms that match their gender identity. The department designated all 5 school districts as high risk, limiting their access to federal funds. Well, now we head to Minneapolis, where the community continues to reel over this week's school shooting. 2 children killed, now being identified as 8-year-old Fletcher Merkel and 10-year-old Harper Moski. Now, some of the victims have since been released from the hospital, and officials say that 1 child remains in critical condition. 18 victims were injured, 15 of them children. The local police chief, the local chief of EMS says that during the incident, kids were protecting each other.
There's a lot of maybe unrecognized heroes in this event, along with the children that were protecting other children, which is really amazing to hear about. I might be saying too much, but we had 1 kid that covered up another kid and took a shotgun blast to his back.
And Merkel was described by his family as a boy who loved family, fishing, cooking, and sports. Morski's family says that she's a bright and joyful child.
All new tonight, Prince George's County police arresting a man in Mount Rainier. It happened after police received multiple reports of a man walking around with a gun and pointing it at people. At one point, they closed off a neighborhood trying to find him. No word yet on what charges he's facing.
In Maryland, attorneys for Kilmar Abrego Garcia are asking a federal judge to issue a gag order against the Trump administration and officials in his human smuggling case. The request filed Thursday in Tennessee comes after Abrego Garcia is released from custody and he awaits trial. His lawyers argue that negative comments from top officials, including Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem and Attorney General Pam Bondi, along with others, posts on the DHS X account, could jeopardize his right to a fair trial.
All new in the district, D.C.'s annual September celebration, 202 Creates Month, starts Monday, and city leaders today kicking off the inaugural 202 Creates Con. The one-day experience focuses on creativity and entertainment in the nation's capital.
Is about sustaining and growing also our creative businesses, supporting our venues, and keeping people working and thriving and continue to move and start their businesses in DC. So over many years, our creative economy has grown from a $3 billion industry to a $15 billion economic engine.
Well, events will take place throughout the month of September and then wrap up on the 25th with the mayor's annual Arts Awards. Coming up.